Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Dream Team? Welcome back to Dreams World. I'm back again with another video. Before I start anything, let me just start talking about this hair real quick, because I tell y'all every video during the first 3 minutes I am going to be speaking about whatever hair that I have on my head or whatever hair that I have period. So this hair is from AliPearl hair. It is in the inches 24, 26, 26 with a 20-inch frontal. I did make it into a wig, and the pattern of the hair is water wave. I am enjoying this hair so far. Better than the last curly hair that I had, if you had to ask me. And actually, let me not say that, because there were two different patterns. This pattern is just a little bit looser than the other one. The other one was just a little tighter. So from my liking, I like the looser wave better. I don't know. When it comes to wigs, this is what I like. It's not too puffy and it's not too thin either. You know what I'm saying? It's just perfect. So to be honest, it wasn't even a lace frontal. It was a 360 lace front, but I mean, I messed it up. I was cutting like the excess over here. Like, I had never installed a 360 wig on myself, so I don't even know what to do with that. But you know, I'm gonna look at tutorials and look at videos and just learn how to do it myself, just like I learned how to do this. So yeah, I messed it up because I was like cutting the lace off, and when it came to right here, I just started cutting into the lace, the 360 lace, and it was just a mess. So no, I always say minimum to no shedding, but this hair really is like minimum to no shedding. Like, it actually sheds as much as it's supposed to for curly hair, so which is pretty decent. No, but great. So moving right along, I am gonna let y'all know that I'm starting this video a little bit early during the day, and I am gonna finish it later on when I get back home. It's a way more personal video. It's my first personal video, if I have to be honest. I'm just gonna keep opening more and more to you guys, because like I said, we're a family, and it's only right, you know what I mean? Like, you guys want to watch the content I put out, it's only right you guys know a little bit more about me. So it is a little bit more personal, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm gonna catch y'all at the end, you dig? Before I go anywhere, I'm gonna you know, finish my taco and whatnot. Extra cheese, oh my goodness. I don't even eat Taco Bell.
Phone bomb when they chew.
You
guys seen that?
Okay, so I just got home, guys. I'm basically gonna start my video now, minus the introduction, you know what I mean. Well, here's the tea. I'm kind of gonna be talking about my story in a way, and how I changed my mindset, and what type of mindset that I have before, and how everything changed for me. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching, stay tuned. I will stay tuned. I mean, why not? You're already here. So what if I tell y'all that a year ago I was nothing like what I am today, like at all. I've mentioned this before in like my first time stripping video way back, and I was basically letting you guys know that, you know, my whole life I was quiet and reserved, and you know, I didn't speak up whatsoever. I was manipulated easily, apparently. Like, I noticed that years after, that I was actually easily manipulated by certain people. The people that had their words correctly, like they knew what to say and what not to say to me. So, and please, oh my god, let's not even talk about negative. Like, I was super negative. Like, anything you could think of, it was always coming out of my mouth. Like, oh, this is not gonna happen because it isn't that. This is not gonna happen because of that. And not even with those things, like, I will always just make myself just sick, just thinking like negative stuff. Like, it was literally a sickness. Like, being a negative person is a sickness. You gotta switch it up, because you can real life make yourself sick. No, it's not worth it at all. I'm here to tell you it's not worth it. Yeah, certain family members used to always tell me, like, you know, if you speak things into existence, you know, they're gonna become true, so you wanna watch what you say, blah blah blah. And I was always the type of person that's like, okay, like, I never really listened to that, and I never even heard of the law of attraction back then. But if somebody would have told me about the law of attraction, I would have literally just been like, all right, out my face with that, because what? Like, how is something that I'm saying with my mouth, like, actually gonna become true because I'm saying it? Like, are you dumb? That was me. That was the type of person I was. You know, I wasn't the person to believe in like I knew miracles existed, and I knew like God was there, and I knew, you know, I knew all of that, but I just didn't think that those miracles would ever happen to me, and that miracles were meant to happen to me, or if I even deserved to have miracles. Like, that's the type of person I was. Like, I didn't think God deserved nothing. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Like those type of miracles will happen to everybody else but Naomi. Like, y'all, listen, I promise, if I could go back in time and go back and meet myself and slap myself a couple of times, I would, without any type of hesitation. Like, so serious. But don't get me wrong, despite of me always being so negative and always thinking like, oh, miracles can't happen, like miracles are not gonna happen to me, miracles don't, you know, no. So despite of all that, I always knew, and I'm not gonna say I knew, it's just I always had like this thing in my chest, which it was like telling me like I'm destined for big things. I don't know how, and most of y'all probably think, oh, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're lying. No. Ever since I was a little girl, I had this knot in my chest, or I don't know if it was a knot, it was something, congestion, but it was just like, it would get to the point where I would tell my mom and my grandma, like, I'm gonna be a star, like, I'm gonna do big things, I'm gonna, like, but I was only a kid, so, you know, they're not really gonna think of anything of it. Like, it's just a child saying, like, oh, I'm gonna be a star. Like, what child doesn't say they're gonna be a star? You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's kind of like, I still have this thing in my chest too, so obviously that means I'm not finished, and I'm nowhere near finished, and I'm not gonna stop until I figure out what it is, because that's just how I am right now. So anyways, moving right along, I left my household the summer that I was about to start college, aka after senior year. That same summer, yes, right after high school. Naomi/Dream. That's my real name, by the way. I don't think I ever told y'all. For the Dream Team and my YouTube family, my name is Naomi. But just call me Dream because, yeah. But yeah, I ended up leaving my house during that summer, and it was just due to family reasons. I'm not even gonna get too into detail with that because, no. Even though a lot of you guys have been asking me, like, how does my dad feel about certain situations in my life, like the dancing and such and such and such. Well, the truth is, you know, me and my dad don't really have a great relationship. We don't have such a, we don't really have a relationship like that. It wasn't always like that, but now it is. But I honestly believe that everything heals over time, and I pray to God every day that it doesn't stay the same forever, because, you know, it would just suck to, you know, not talk to one of your family members, especially being that important, meaning like a father or a mother, for such a long time, or like forever. Like, that's just ridiculous, you know what I mean? So time heals everything. I pray to God I'm not a spiteful bitch when the time is due, you know what I mean? Because, and that would just mean I just did everything for nothing. I didn't learn anything if I get to where I gotta be and then I want to be spiteful towards, you know, it doesn't, I don't want to be that person. And you just, despite of what people do to you, you just cannot be spiteful for the rest of your life, or you just can't be spiteful, period, because when you spiteful, you just have a negative vibe going on, you have a negative energy going on. There's something crossing you that's making you be like, okay, well, I want to do this bad thing, like I want to be evil, I'm gonna mess this person over this way because, you know, they did me this way. No, if you get on that person's level, that makes you the same or worse as that person, because you're consciously doing it and you're consciously getting on that person's level on purpose. You see what I'm saying? All that is just pointless, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to protect your energy, and I can't express that enough. And so that's basically the truth about that. Look at me, I'm just spilling a little bit of tea of my inner life. So, yo. But, you know, I'm trying to open up to y'all as much as I can, because you guys gave me this platform, so it's only right that y'all know about the person y'all gave a platform to. Am I right? Am I right? So back in the day, I would tell y'all that I was homeless for 2 years, and I was living from friend house to friend house. But honestly, That's not being homeless. You know what being homeless is? To go downtown and see buku people sleeping under the bridge inside their little tents, if they even have a tent, with this weather getting colder and colder every day. Like, they don't have not even a damn box to sleep on. They don't even have a damn a grain of rice if they even wanted to eat a grain of rice. They don't even have that. They can't even go to McDonald's and pull up and be like, oh, I'm about to get me a McChicken, or I'm about to get me like a hot and spicy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not being able to shower, not having a job, like, that's homeless. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. You gotta be careful with your choice of words. You gotta be real careful, because that's what homeless is. I mean, I was going around basically saying like, yeah, you know, I'm homeless, blah, blah, blah. I was never homeless, because I was never in that homeless situation. So, you know, but it's just something I had to realize over time. Like, your words matter, and how you word things and how you say things to other people, and not even to other people, but just for yourself, because once you say something, you're just gonna believe it, and if you believe it, it's just like you're kind of living in a lie and weird situation. That's just sick. So whoever's listening to this right now and is in a similar situation as this is honestly for you, my love. Like, listen, you need to get up, stop moping, go look at yourself in the mirror right now and ask yourself, where/how can I start to improve my situation? And this is what you do. You write your goals and your plans down, and every single day you do something that is gonna push you closer and closer to that goal and that plan. Every single day. I don't care how small it is. Every single day you do the slightest thing counts. The slightest thing is already an improvement if you think about it, because it's already a little bit more than what you did yesterday, which was nothing, or that what you would have been doing if you didn't write this down, if you didn't, you know, you still weren't worried about what your next move is, if you still would have been moping around, crying, and you know what I'm saying? No, because that's literally what I used to do. Like, I used to wake up and I can't even count with my fingers. Like, I think I cried for those 2 years, not even 2 years, okay, let me not exaggerate, but like a whole year straight at least. I was crying like crazy. Like, you would think, literally during that period of time, I honestly feel like I fell in such a deep depression. Like, it's just crazy. Like, to just think about it right now, like where I'm at right now, just to think that I had such a different mindset. It's just crazy to think. Like, it's almost mind-blowing. That's, if you knew me in person, like, you would literally be like, even my friends now, like, that do know me in person, they're like, damn, like, you really made a 360 with your head. Like, you were nothing how. And I'm telling y'all, it's hard, but you put your mind to it and you really want to do it, and you want to, you know, focus and do what you got to do, it can happen. It's gonna happen, matter of fact. But yeah, I don't want to diagnose myself with depression or anything like that, and I'm not diagnosing myself. It's honestly how I feel like about back then. I just feel like I was crying every day. I didn't know what was my next step. I was lost. I was heartbroken. I was disorientated. Like, I was misguided. I was misunderstood. Listen, it was a whole bunch of things that play a factor into the type of mind that I had not too long ago. Like, I literally didn't care about nothing. Like, I would just wake up and cry all day. I don't know. I felt alone. Like, my mom and family were at the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. My dad and I's relationship was broken up because whatever. I had dropped out of school. So, you know, when you drop out of school, you feel even more worthless, as in like, damn, like, now I really failed, like, you know. But I just knew school wasn't something I was gonna pursue. Like, I knew school wasn't for me. I knew I wanted to do bigger things than school, and I always said that I had school as a plan B. But honestly, who needs a plan B? Because, or personally, let me just say this, I don't want to misguide y'all or anything like that, but for me, I feel like a plan B, all that does is distract you. That's all it is. It's just a big distraction. Like, what are you working on a plan B for if you know that A is going to work, or A is supposed to work? You want A to work, right? So you're going to do what you have to do to make A work. Am I right or am I right? Or at least that's how I think. Like, I don't need a plan B because I'm not using plan B. I don't want to really use plan B. Then on top of that, y'all, like, my dad and his wife left me carless. Like, this is when I first left the house. took my car, they took my iPhone. Like, I didn't even care about the phone. Like, I don't even know how, but I told myself, I'm like, I'm gonna buy my new iPhone myself. And within a week or so, I think I was working at like Applebee's or something. I don't know how. Oh, I had a GoFundMe account for something. And then it was for my college stuff. That's right. It was for my college stuff, and I was supposed to use it for that. But then since I was like not going to school anymore, I was like, because I left my parents' house, I'm like, nothing's gonna work out. So I was just gonna leave school alone and then go back within a year or something. But then I ended up going to school at the end for like 1 year. And then after that year, I never did school again, like college. But anyway, yeah, I had a GoFundMe account, and it was for my school stuff. But since they did all that, I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna take all the money that's in here now, and I'll buy myself a new iPhone, because why would I go back to an Android because somebody wants to take my phone away? I already got used to, yo, I grew up either phoneless or with an Android, and everybody around me always had iPhones and Apple stuff, and we never did. But I lied, we had like an iPod or something. Yeah, we had an iPod, so it was Apple still. But you know, me and my sisters wanted iPhones because everybody else had iPhones, and the features were cool, the pictures were even doper. Like, everything was perfect about the iPhone, and you know, we had Androids. So they finally buy us an Android that one Christmas year, and on that same summer, you try to take it. They didn't try. You take it away from me. It just makes, listen, I could have just kept the phone and paid you for the remaining, but you know. So yeah, you know, that within a week or so, I just went ahead and bought my new iPhone all by myself, because I'm like, got me chopped. I'm gonna have an iPhone again. Ain't no way I'm going back. That was just me being picky, but it is what it is. I wanted that and I got that, so that's out the way. You feel me? But anyways, they left me with all that. That was whatever. Then the car, I don't even know why they took the car away. Like, they just took the car away because I couldn't even tell you. Like, just to be like, okay, well, now you got nothing, I guess. I don't know. That's how I feel about the situation. But that's me personally. You know, there's 3 sides of the story. It's mine, theirs, and the truth. So, but yeah, that's just me, you know, letting y'all sip a little bit more tea. I'm gonna stop right there though. I'm not gonna get too much into detail. I was just sad. Like, I was like, damn, like, my relationship with my dad is broken. I don't have shit to my name. Like, I'm not in school. Like, what's it gonna be of me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not being guided by anybody. Like, I'm technically all by myself. Like, I don't even talk to my family in the state that much, like, to be like, oh, I need this or I need that. Like, I don't. And even if that's the case, like, I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna sit here and go speak to a family member that I haven't spoke to and Lord knows what, and be like, oh, well, I need this. Like, listen, this was happening to me, blah, 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 blah. I was never that type of person, and I'll never be that type of person. So I don't really care. You know, I have people that's living in the same state as me. We don't talk. So it's kind of weird and awkward and terrible to just hit you up when I need something. So therefore, I didn't, and I still don't. You know, if I need something, I'm gonna figure it out myself, because that's literally what I was doing for 2 to 3 years in a row. So that's all I know now, and that's what I do. I figure it out, and that's what you should do. Don't wait to get things handed. Don't, if you know, depend on nobody. If you know you can go and get that yourself, go and get it yourself. And if you don't think you could get it yourself, you can work ways, you know, to go around certain things, and you know, to make yourself capable of doing it yourself. So there's always ways around things. You don't gotta depend on nobody. Trust me and believe me. Living example. But literally, it was just such a tragic stage. Like, I was just filled with hate, madness, sadness, anxiety. Like, it was terrible. Like, just get anxiety even thinking about it right now. Like, looking back, like, it was just wow, y'all. Like, wow. I'm gonna actually tell y'all a story time. Maybe not too far from now, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story time about my scars on my arms, because they literally happened not even a whole year ago. Like, A lot of people did notice them on my arms sometimes when I talk because, you know, I express everything with my hands. I talk a lot with my fingers and stuff. Yeah, but I don't ever say anything about the scars. You know, it's just, I'll just talk about it when I'm ready. It's a story time that I'm most definitely am going to show. And that I am going to share. No, I didn't, like, try to kill myself or anything like that, if that's what y'all thinking. That wasn't the case, but it's just something that I'll just have to explain in detail in the story time. I literally lost myself for 2 years straight, and I couldn't tell you who I was. Like, I was completely just Alice in Wonderland. I didn't know, not in drugs or anything like that, because listen, growing up I seen a lot, too much I'd say, and I could never get lost in drugs just because of that. And you know, it's crazy to say because a lot of kids, they are what they see. Because drugs are such a popular thing today, like nowadays, that I still don't even want to try it. Like, I don't do pills. I'm even skeptical to take a pill for my head to stop hurting. Like, that's how skeptical I am about medicine. Or about just drugs, period. Like, so picture if I had to take, like, something. I'll paranoid myself to death and give my own self a heart attack, so. Yeah, but I was lost mental-wise. Like, I was always just so negative about every situation and towards everything. Like, I would talk, like, when I would talk to my boyfriend or anything, like, I wouldn't even talk as in, like, a decent tone. Like, my tone would be, like, literally, like, a beast. Like, I was just ugly in the inside, ugly. I'm not gonna say ugly on the outside because, you know, I'm not being cocky, okay? It's called being confident because you got to be confident. If you're not confident in this world, ain't nobody gonna believe you confident. Ain't nobody gonna treat you as such. Ain't nobody gonna, you know what I'm saying? If you know you cute, then you cute, and that's that. It was just a stage where I was just literally sitting there just wondering to my damn self, like, when is this period gonna be over? When is stage of mine gonna pass? Like, is it even gonna pass? Like, am I even gonna win against my own head, or am I gonna stay stuck here forever? And to be honest, all these thoughts that were going through my head and all this not knowing who I was anymore and all this getting lost, that is the process of breaking to rebuild yourself. And honestly, without this process, don't nothing get started. Like, you have to break in order to remake. You know what I'm saying? For you to change your mindset. You have to break in order to remake, to change your mindset. Yes, you do. You have to let go. And I also spent a whole bunch of time alone. I had a lot of time to learn myself. I had a lot of time to think. And I had a lot of time to, like I said, break to remake. So anyway, this is how everything started coming along, and everything started somewhat, you know, escalating and getting to the right path, I guess, in a way. And one of the many houses that I stayed in, I started getting into makeup. Because my friend at the time, she did makeup and she was bomb at it. And I was just like in love. And I was like, how do you do that? And it just started feeling like, you know, I finally wanted to start learning something again for the first time in a long damn time. So, you know, it was an exciting feeling because I'm like, damn, you know, well, now I'm getting into this, you know, I'm getting to like something again. Because remember, I didn't give a damn about literally nothing that was going on around me. Like, anything could happen. I was just like, okay. Like, that was my attitude, that was my face, that was everything. It was just terrible, and I just thank God for taking me out that stage. Like, and not just taking me, I actually thank him for putting me through that stage, for making me again, for making myself rebuild. So I did, you know, I started learning how to perfect my makeup and doing it myself, and I perfected and showed myself how to do everything literally perfect to the T. Like, you can't tell me anything about my makeup. That's how confident I am about my makeup. I am self-taught and I am confident about how I do my makeup. So if somebody was to ever tell me like, oh, like, you do this to this or you do this to that, I'm gonna just look at you and be like, but did I ask? Okay, because if I did it like that, it's for a reason, you know what I'm saying? I took that in, and within months, I mean, I had it. Like, by the summer, I was already good, you know? Believe it or not, that was a big accomplishment, because before, when I would try to do my makeup, I would remember I would try, and I would just come out looking horrible, honey. Like, when I tell you, like, I look like a damn clown, like a real clown. I'm so serious. I'm not even lying. I have, no, I don't. I thought I had the pictures of when I first started doing my little eyebrows or whatever. If I find it, I'll just insert it, but if I don't, it's whatever, sorry. But yeah, I was looking like Shrek and whatnot, like the darker version of Shrek. One thing leads to another, and I was like, you know, I want to work on my IG and make it look pretty, and I want to catch certain companies' attentions, and, you know, do my makeup, and I just started like switching into like a hobby more, you know, like I started hopping into hobbies more than anything, because I was already doing nothing, so I needed something to do, you know what I'm saying? So that was makeup was kind of it, and then I mixed it with the Instagram, and it kind of like hand by hand. But I mean, to try to reaching out to companies and stuff like that didn't work because I barely had like 6,000 followers. So, you know, companies like to work with like a little higher up social media pages. And then on top of that, the companies that I would try were just like top of the top of the top. So I didn't even, you know, but it's me, so I'm gonna try anyway. So I was pursuing all that little hobby stuff on the side. I was working my little 9 to 5. Which sucked. Like, it really wasn't paying nothing. So more time passes by, maybe like I say like a year or so, and actually no, within those couple of months that I was at that one last house before my apartment, me and my boyfriend were able to actually get our first apartment from both sides. Like, we had never had an apartment together or separate, so it was a big ass accomplishment. Like, I finally felt like I was free. Like, if I want to walk around my house butt ass naked, like I'm gonna walk around my house butt ass naked, and best believe I did. You know, if I want to do my dishes tomorrow, I could do my dishes tomorrow. If I want to just like sleep all day in my room, I'm gonna sleep all day in my room, because, you know, living at other people's houses, it was either you was sharing the room and the bed with them, or you was sleeping in like the living room. So it's like when they woke up and they wanted to start making noise and stuff like that, you kind of have to just like suck it up. I'm not that type of child, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get real aggravated, real agitated in the morning. Mornings are not my thing. Like, you wake me up, I'm like the devil. Like, it's just like a breath of fresh air in a way. Like, it was such a big accomplishment. It like instantly boosted me up, if I have to say. Yeah, this apartment had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but to be honest, I'm gonna have to say like it was more downs than ups, because this is where everything went like super hardcore. Yeah, that's where my scars happen and everything. Like, I'll just keep that for the story time. But, you know, within all that time in that apartment, which it was only a year, and it was actually last year, so that's how close everything is tied together. Within that year in there, I really did realize that, yeah, I was a little happier, but I was still missing something. Like, I didn't know if it was because I didn't have a car. I didn't know if it was I was happier than before, but I was still missing. It was just something, like some type of hole in my chest. Sometimes I just felt empty. But, you know, the car wasn't it, because, you know, I had access to my boyfriend's car like whenever I wanted to, so I doubt the car. And you know what? It wasn't until I started dancing and racked up to go visit my mom, my grandma, and the rest of my family in Spain for Christmas. I actually went this very past Christmas. I bought my ticket and I helped my sister out with a little bit of hers. So that's actually another big accomplishment, because Spain tickets for Christmas are very expensive, and especially last minute how we bought them to go see my mom on my own, and I paid for it. I paid to leave the country on my own, and that was big money. You know, I hadn't seen my family in years, so it felt really warming and really good to just be able to see them and be with them after so long, especially for such a great holiday, my favorite holiday, Christmas. Like, last Christmas I was in Spain. This Christmas, what am I gonna do? Next month, I'm gonna be posting so much. Like, I might just do a vlogmas. Like, that's how serious I am. Like, I love freaking Christmas. I'm gonna be so festive. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do everything in my power to switch this whole house around. But, you know, it was just such a warm feeling to be with my family over there, especially with how people are in Spain. Like, it just makes you feel like you really have a family and a team of real supporters that actually stand behind you and support you like 100%. Like, that's how it was. It's just the best feeling. Like, people in Spain are amazing. It's just such a different thing. I feel like people here are colder, more like, more about themselves. Like, over there, everybody is just welcome in arms. Like, everybody's just great. And I'm not saying like everybody's like that here and everybody's like that there, but I'm just saying I noticed that that's the difference of like with people. Like, people are more warming and caring and just feel more for you, you know, than here. People are just like cold and about themselves and not caring about, I don't know what they got going on. I'm honestly a mixture of both. If you can't tell already, like sometimes I may care too much. I may care way more. Like I may feel what you feel. Like that's how, isn't that crazy? Like if I see somebody that's going through something and then I'm actually sitting there like really like pain, like I'm like feeling what you're feeling. Like if you lost somebody and you telling me that you lost somebody, I'm gonna immediately feel your pain. Like that's like weird and terrible. I don't like feeling other people's pains because it's like I already got mine, and it's like I don't know. So that's like my little caring side. But then on the other hand, I don't ever care about certain situations. So I don't know. Judge me if you want, but that's how I feel. I'm half and half. Half of my dad's genetics and half of my mom's genetics, but more towards my mom though. I mean, I was raised to be like that. I am gonna insert some clips right now. So now my grandma was always very religious, and as you guys know, it was me and one of my sisters were raised over there. So we always would get dragged to go to church at 9 p.m. and we were literally dragged. Like we didn't like going to church at all. Like we would always try and skip it. We would fall asleep if we did, and other times, you know, we would actually listen. But for the most part, we didn't really like going to church. Like I'll literally never forget. Those were some funny times. And you know, besides that, like we always used to pray. You know, like we were a prayed up household pretty much in Spain. Like especially with my grandmother, like we're praying yes, every morning, every night. Like it didn't matter. So that's how we were raised. And you know, God was just a serious thing for us. Like it was a very serious topic. Like it wasn't nothing to play about. So that's when it ding 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 ding, like it literally hit me right then and there. Might as well draw a little light bulb or something. Like guys, it hit me when I was in Spain. Like I found the peace I was missing. I found what was keeping me without peace. Like I found what was so empty in my heart, in my chest. Like I found it. I did. The peace to filling that hole, the peace what I was missing in my life, why I was feeling so empty, why I was just terrible, that I was missing. My God, y'all, that's literally the piece I was missing. When I tell you everything changed from that point on, like that's why I was meant to go back to Spain for that Christmas, last Christmas, because I was meant to meet my God again and get back on track and get my mind right and you know, get out that hole and finally, you know. That's really what happened when everything was happening to me throughout those 2 years and whatnot. Like I stopped praying, and if I even prayed, like it was just like, okay, like, you know, it wasn't how strong I used to be about it, you know, way back then. Like with all those things happening, I kind of lost faith. I forgot about God. Like I kicked everything to the curb, and I was just so so sunken in my feelings and in my mind and it was just a terrible stage. Y'all, and those are the two biggest mistakes you could ever make. You to lose faith, that's the biggest thing. You can never lose faith and hope. Like you lose that, you disoriented, you're not going nowhere. And I am nothing without my God, so I keep that head check. Or at least I gotta keep that head check. I don't know how you guys feel about the whole religion thing, but I'm just letting y'all in about me some more. So this is me, this is my story, this is me personally. I believe in God, and that's that. But yeah, over time, I reconnected with God again, and it was just the best feeling ever, to be honest. I pray for strength, faith, guidance, and let me just tell y'all something right now. When you pray for guidance, best believe the guidance comes. It's just up to you to listen. There's always all types of signs. It's just if you're paying attention, if you're observing, if you're actually listening, like, okay, this is for me. Like, and you'll know when it's specifically for you. Trust me, you'll know. And after that, I started letting the negative slide from around me. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with it. I didn't care about it. Like, you have something negative to tell me, I'm ignoring you or I'm blocking you in the meantime, because at that time, if I didn't block you, I was going to want to argue with you. Nowadays, like, I'm only gonna block you if you like so persistent. Like, I'm still not gonna answer you, but I'm gonna block you just because now you're just being annoying, and I really don't care if like the constant negativity is just not for me. Like, you have to protect your energy. Once again, I can't express that enough. I basically didn't entertain it, so I started writing my goals down and started reading them every night before I went to sleep or every morning when I woke up. Once you do that, you stay prayed up, you speak things into existence, you stay manifesting, and things start popping off. Like, things start coming. Like, once you want to actually help yourself, that's when everything starts getting back right on track. But you have to want to help yourself, because if you're not willing to get the fuck out of the whatever stage you are, if you're not willing to get help, if you're not willing to help yourself, really, you know what I'm saying, then you're never gonna get out. You're gonna always lose the battle against your head. You're gonna always stay stuck where you're at. Take it from me. Take it from me. You have to always make sure you're protecting your energy. When you get around someone that has nothing but negativity, like literally coming out their mouth, get from around them. Like, you don't need that. You need to protect yourself and your mental and everything else. Because if you don't, like, you're literally eventually gonna be filled with either the thoughts that they're planning in your head. Because okay, at first you may be like, okay, like, I'm not about to listen to this, like, what's this, like, okay, cool. But eventually, when people plant seeds in your head, your subconscious mind eventually starts picking up, and like the shit stays in the back of your head. And what can you do? Nothing, because you don't really control your thoughts, right? Like, your thoughts just kind of be like everywhere. You may not even give it that much importance, but like, if they say, oh, like, this and this is gonna happen, you're gonna be like laying down in a bed or something and be like, oh, this and this, what if this and this happened? Like, no, you weren't even thinking about that in the first place. You're only thinking about it because somebody came around with it, right? So it's just an example. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. Let me know. But either your mind is going to be filled with the thoughts that they talking about, or you're just going to become angry because they constantly complaining. So your emotions, your energy, everything is being altered. Either way it go. Either you're worried or you're angry because they don't shut the fuck up. And I'm not saying, we're never going to complain, because we're all human. At the end of the day, we're going to complain, yes. But when it's too much, and the type of people I'm talking about. Like, those constant. Basically, please just get away from the bullshit. Like, learn the tunnel vision, because honestly, once you learn the tunnel vision, and it wasn't a hard task, I must say, like, it's not, but once you got it, you got it. Like, can't nobody tell you nothing else. It's hard, but it's something that you most definitely teach your own self. Only you can teach yourself through that. But once you do learn the tunnel vision, you're gonna be hard to distract from. You know what I'm saying? Like, things on the side are not gonna be a priority. Like, things on the side are not gonna be something that you're gonna be concerned about, or that you're gonna be distracted about, because you're gonna think, hey, I got places to go to. I wanna do things. Like, I don't have time for this. And if you don't got time for this, then the other person don't got time for it either. So they eventually gonna leave you alone, and you can continue. You're gonna have the power to say, I just simply don't have time for this situation right now. It's not something I'm focused on. It's not something that's helping me. It's not something that's benefiting me. So what are we talking about? Don't try to come around here trying to ruin my energy, my vibe. Like, listen. That was an ugly ass. I'm never gonna do that again, because yeah, that was real life ugly. And
Teamm, what are you doing?
But girl, then if you add consistency on top of that, you King Kong. Like, can nobody tell you nothing. Like, you got this. You been had this. And today I'm actually happy to say that everything happened exactly how it was supposed to happen, because if it would have happened any other way, none of this would have happened for me. I would have never got a kick start to my career. I would have never got a mindset change. I would have never got a reality check. I would have never, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have still been the same person I was, and we don't want that. We want to grow within the years, right? But yeah, the only thing that you guys need to do different from me, because this was my mistake, don't ever lose faith. Don't ever lose that drive. Like, faith and drive are two of the best characteristics you could ever have. Like, faith and drive are what's up. You got those two. Like I said, you King Kong. But yeah, that's basically my story. I'm still learning, I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. Like, hell, I'm 22 years old and actually just made 22 years old. I know all y'all know that, but I had to let it be known again. Damn, 22 years old. See, now I'm thinking too much. But I honestly just speak from experience, and anything I can do / say to help you guys, I'm all in for it, and y'all know that. Like, anywhere from selling the wigs for cheap to giving y'all advice on fucking how to change y'all's mindset, or just basically letting y'all in a little bit more about me. Like, y'all need to know what dreams about, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't just want to be following somebody that's just faking, or that's just, oh, get ready with me or do your makeup with me. Like, no, like, let me know what you about. Like, I already know you could do makeup. Like, okay, what else? Yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much. Like, honestly, y'all are the best. I love y'all's words of encouragement. I love y'all's positive words. I love how y'all support me. Like, I can't honestly say it enough. I really do love some people that I never even met in my life, but y'all the best. My dream team is the best team, so can nobody ever say different about that. I'm here for y'all. I mean, keep DMing me. I'm always helping. I'm always giving advice. I'm always doing anything and everything I could do. So, but yeah, don't ever let anybody make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel like you're not enough, or make you feel like you can't do something, or make you feel like, oh, it's too far-fetched. All those feelings, you allow them. If you allow them to make you feel that way, then hey, that's just how you're gonna feel. So I'm telling you, don't give them that permission. Like, simply don't. It's too far-fetched. Okay, for you. You can't do it. You can't do it. I know I can. You feeling uncomfortable, you better not feel uncomfortable in no room with nobody else in it. Like, you make them feel uncomfortable. JK, but you know what I'm saying. Like, but alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know y'all seen the setup is really different, huh? I do have my backdrop coming in soon, so I'm very excited for that. Yo, this is my room, so I am sitting on my bed. I just felt like I had a couple of things in my mind, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna open up a little bit and, you know, talk to my team and whatnot. Cause damn, like, if I had to really sit here and think, which, you know, it is what I was doing earlier, and just now as I was just speaking about it and telling you guys the story and whatnot, it's like, damn, like, you really did do a whole 360. Not 360 and coming back to the same mindset, but you know what I'm saying. You give claps when it's deserved. It's okay to know that you deserve something. Like, you have to believe that you deserve something, because if you don't, then nobody else is gonna believe it, because nobody else cares. Like, that's your life. Like, do you deserve certain things? Yes. So know it and own it and believe it. I'm pretty proud of myself, to be honest, because I did this with no adults, literally no adult guidance, no type of guidance at all whatsoever, but literally God. That's been my only guidance ever since, like, I reconnected with him again. I could have literally failed immensely, deeply. Like, I could have just stayed where I was at. Life doesn't just stop for you. So, but yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you guys so much once again. I love y'all so much, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.